All right, everybody. It is time for the And a Chaser Spirits and Beer Pairing Show. It is Wednesday, September the 4th. Today's the 4th, 2024. Jersey Johnny coming at you with me, as always, is none other than Mr. Whiskey Whisperer and Mr. Beer Samurai. Say hello, gents.
Mr.
What's this, Whiskey Whisperer.
I got a title upgrade.
I was trying to like have like a rhyming thing. Mr. Whiskey Whisperer, you know.
I thought you were trying to make it classy.
Well, no, not at all.
We are classy, by golly.
Yeah.
How are you, gents, on this fine evening?
I'm great, man.
Don't jump to answer that.
I was waiting for Dave, but he didn't, so I jumped in.
He's eating.
I'm ready to start drinking beer already.
I'm still trying to figure out
how he is.
Yeah. I mean, is this an existential question or just a nicety?
Always existential when I talk to you, Dave. You know that.
Existential blues.
There you go. It is National Bourbon Heritage Month.
Well, how about that?
It is.
Happy National Bourbon Heritage Month, everyone.
And the national spirit of the country.
It is. That is.
Well, how about that?
Mm-hmm. A lot of people will tell you right now that the national spirit of the country is hard seltzer, but it's just wrong. It's not. It actually is
very wrong.
Yeah, I got a lot of jokes about that, but we don't need to.
We don't need to go there. But in any event, all right. So on that note, for that reason, we are drinking bourbon, and probably will for the next show as well. But we haven't discussed that yet.
Awesome.
So, in some other form or facet. But tonight, via the very intellectual mind of the Whiskey Whisperer, we are drinking bourbon and a bourbon barrel-aged beer.
Which is off camera right now.
So, Tom, since this was your baby, so to speak, why don't you kick it off and let us know what you're imbibing?
Well, I've got the 2019. I don't know if you can see that date there. It's a 2019 vintage.
2019.
Yep. 2019 of Mother's Materfamilias, and this is their. So Materfamilias is a barrel-aged beer, a barrel-aged imperial stout that's usually in several barrels, and this is just solely the bourbon barrel version of. So this is an imperial stout in a bourbon barrel.
Very nice.
But this is 2019, so it's 5 years old. I haven't tried it. I did pour it to get a picture, but I haven't done anything with it yet, so I'm curious to see how she's aged. But I've also got for the whiskey. I didn't go local, but I went with one that I picked up back in January. We were in Tulsa, but it's an Arkansas whiskey, Rocktown out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Let me show you that bottle. This is a Column Still Collection single barrel cast strength straight bourbon at 59.1% or 118.2, if you will. There you go.
Very nice.
And I gave myself a nice, generous pour, as you can see, in my Hard Rock glass.
There you go. Very nice.
All right. Next up.
Right. Dave?
Oh, my God.
Beer first, huh?
Beer first, and then we'll...
Oh, my God. That's a... Oh.
So I'm drinking an OWC. OWC is just one of the labels that Carton hides behind. Not hides behind. That's not the right way to put that. But one of their side products.
It's right. Exactly.
I forget what that means. OWC, is it like off the wooden craft or something like that?
Something like that. Out of the wooden carton or something like that. Out of the wooden crate, maybe, or something like that.
I don't know, but I love the name of this one. You won't always have a calculator in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as it turns out.
Yes, we do. And a camera and a compass. And have you ever seen that ad, where someone put up a Radio Shack ad from the 70s, and everything that was on the page is on your phone now.
Is on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was neat.
That's wild.
But this is a breakfast stout aged in bourbon and maple barrels with coffee, granola, maple syrup, vanilla.
Oh, wow.
And so this is
so it's basically just a straight beer. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's a straight beer, just like Jim J. Bullock.
Yeah.
You beat me to the joke, man.
There we go.
You gotta be old to get that one.
I know.
So what was that? Too Close for Comfort, right?
Too Close for Comfort.
Yep. Yep.
And what was his name on the show?
It was like Monroe.
Monroe. Very good.
But he was also in Spaceballs.
He was the Prince Valium.
Prince Valium,
yeah.
And what I'm pairing it with is the Bib & Tucker small batch bourbon whiskey.
Oh, I love that bourbon.
Oh, wow. Nice. Very nice.
6 years, 92 proof, so 46% alcohol by volume. I love they do the math for you right on the label, just in case you can't divide by 2.
Right.
I like that.
Just think, well, it's good for this show.
It's very good for this show.
We don't do math.
Oh, no, that's the other show. We
might as well just carry it over to this.
Yeah, we do have a calculator, as it turns out.
We all apparently do. So there you go.
Got one. Yeah, here we go.
This
is batch 99, bottle 32033. And I've poured myself a wee dram.
Very nice.
Oh, nice glass.
Wee dram.
And I got my
speaking Scottish while he's drinking bourbon.
Yeah, that's just not right, man. You got to speak hillbilly while drinking bourbon.
I didn't even pour 2 fingers there, but I usually pour 2 fingers like this.
You usually pour 2 fingers like that.
I've got a solid 3 going on.
There you go. All right.
Well, let me top this. Let me top this off to 2.
Top that off. I'm just going to pour mine now because I poured my beer already, but I'm going to pour my bourbon.
Yeah, but now we got 2 fingers going. Okay.
There we go. And I got 2 fingers going too. So there we go.
I got a finger for you.
Which 2 fingers we talking about?
I got these 2 fingers. Put them next to each other. There we go. Anyway, all right. So I already poured my beer. It is this right here. It is a Revolution Brewing from Chicago. Maple Jacket. Their straight jacket is their barley wine. Right. This is Maple Jacket. It's bourbon barrel aged. It's a maple bourbon barrel aged barley wine. So maple
with maple like that.
Yeah, and it's part of their Deep Woods series. And it is, you would think I would remember, 14.4%.
Oh my Lord.
Lovely. After last night's 3 triples. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Why the hell not?
Mine is at 11. I forgot to mention the ABV. Mine is at 11, the beer.
Oh, I didn't mention my ABV either, did I?
What is it?
I'm right between the 2 of you at 12%.
There you go.
Oh wow.
There you go. And I am drinking. I'm drinking
a big bottle.
I'm drinking for my bourbon. Drinking Knob Creek smoked maple. All right.
Hey, I have that too.
And Dave, look, we all have it. Look at that.
Oh,
hold them up. Hold them up. There we go.
Where do we go?
There we go. All right. Hold on. I don't know why that did that, but there we go.
What you do?
Try it again.
Okay. So,
hold them up. Hold them up.
So are we trying to get a sponsorship here? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, what the hell?
Make sure you tag Knob Creek on the.
Yeah, we'll tag Knob.
I could become a corporate shill if the money's right.
Why the hell not? Right, exactly. So,
hey, if Lagunitas can sell out, anyone can sell out.
This is true. Well, there we go. Cheers, gents.
Tom, are we doing what are we doing first? We're doing the beer first.
I didn't take a sip yet.
It's up to Tom. This is Tom's brainchild.
We take a sip of the beer first and then a sip of the bourbon? Yeah, why the hell not? So
Sláinte.
Yes, we got a wee dram and a sláinte on a bourbon show.
There you go. A wee dram of the sláinte on the bourbon show. There you go.
Well, I'll do the toast my dad always did when he drank. The only toast he ever gave, he would say, "Here's to the flag, the grand old flag, the flag that set us free. A whiskey glass and a woman's ass made a horse's ass of me."
Yeah.
Oh, cheers to that, I guess.
That's more bourbon appropriate.
That's definitely more bourbon appropriate. Yes.
More
Oh, mercy. Oh man, that's delicious.
Very nice. Very nice.
Biscuits and gravy. That's good.
And we got a couple comments popping in.
All right.
Brian P. Boak just commented. He had, I ordered a bunch of barrel-aged beers on Tavour. Tonight I am just drinking Gentleman Jack Daniels. There you go.
It's a classic.
Cheers, Brian.
Nothing wrong with it.
I got my Tavour yesterday.
Yes, you did.
Over there.
Cheers,
I got a Wayfinder Schwartz. I got 4 cans of it, John, because I learned.
Yeah, I only got 1. But here's the thing. Yeah, I understand. But here's the thing. There was 27 cans in my crate. Okay. So I have other Schwartz beers, and I have. Look, yes, you're right, and I know damn well I'm going to drink it. I'm going to say, damn it, I should have ordered at least one more. But here's the thing: I have other beer to drink.
Yeah,
and I got to get through that other beer. Okay. I told myself I'm gonna slow down because this is 27 beers in here. I'm gonna go slow because I don't want to get another crate shipped until right before the holiday rush is going to screw up the delivery, right? Mm-hmm. But that's November, right? And it's the beginning of September. I already have 6 damn beers in the crate.
I will not open Tavour. I have the notifications turned off.
Mm-hmm.
I shall not be tempted.
And Brian's Tavour should arrive between the 13th and the 18th. There you go.
All right, coolness.
You'll have to let us know. I definitely have a few things that I've gotten on Tavour that I will bring to. Yes, we knew it wasn't Ravour. We knew it was Tavour, absolutely, but absolutely between the 13th and the 18th. I have a few things
that's a good Indian restaurant.
Ravour, actually, you know what? You're right. It is.
I don't think it's felt that way, but it's.
But I do have a few bottles that I will bring to a couple of tailgates this year, Brian, and I'm sure Dave does as well.
I've got a few. I'm not bringing the trace though.
that's literally that's beer. It's one of my favorites.
I know it is. That's
beer. That's vanilla.
There's a finger for you.
So good.
So Tom, how's that pairing working for you? What's going on?
It is beautiful. So this beer, as you might expect, so it's a big, rich, decadent imperial stout. That will give you notes of deep dark chocolate, almost fudge-like notes as well. Some raisin tends to come through in this particular beer for some reason. But boy, being that single barrel, right? I love the Materfamilias because it's a multi-barrel. It usually has bourbon, rye, rum, and/or brandy, so you get all those notes. But just this bourbon edition is just insane because I've got just that bourbon barrel in there. Just what the bourbon barrel will give you, like a vanilla, toffee. Oh, it's just gorgeous. And the whiskey, this is just a big, robust whiskey. So it blends well, right? A lot of those same and/or complementary notes, a lot of big toffee, vanilla, almost like a toasted hazelnut note as well in there. And then big oak and spice in the finish. It's just gorgeous.
Very nice. And what's the? I've seen you bounce back and forth between them. What is the pairing doing to each one of them?
After I just took a drink of that Materfamilias and then the whiskey just now, the whiskey felt a little sweeter. I was picking up more of those toffee and hazelnut notes. A lot of the vanilla, and whereas the oak and spice felt a little muted on the back end.
Very cool. And then how did the whiskey change the beer?
Well, let's find out since I just took a drink of whiskey. Drier. So those I mentioned the dark chocolate and fudge note, a little bit sweeter, but here after taking a drink of that whiskey, it took some of that sweetness away where I get almost like an 80-85% dark chocolate note where you get that slight bitterness from that dark chocolate. Right. I don't feel the vanilla until we get right near the end, the vanilla and oak from the bourbon beer. I don't feel that till we get right near the end. Then it comes back into play.
Nice.
Very cool. It's interesting.
Thanks for asking, Dave. I hadn't really thought of it that way until you asked the question.
But that's what we do. That is our thing. When I there's lactose in this beer, right? So I knew this was going to be sweet straight up. So I'm glad we went with the beer first because I wanted to taste it that sweet. I wanted to get the chocolate notes. I want to get some of the maples, some of the the vanilla, the lactose. That you can almost smell marshmallow on the nose, even though it's a breakfast stout. And even the granola is there. It's all there. And so it was going to be, I'm like excited to cut it with the bourbon. So I take a sip of the bourbon. I've had it before, so I've had both of these before. Taking a sip of the bourbon after the beer really brings out the caramel and the citrus character.
Really? Okay, that's interesting. All right.
I love it. I love it when a bourbon's got a citrus character to it. That nice little citrus note. I don't even know chemically where that comes from in the bourbon. But every now and then you get a really good bourbon and you'll get that hint of citrus.
I would suspect the barrel, the particular wood used.
Well, the wooden bourbon it has to be American white oak.
It has to be American white oak, but the American white oak will change depending on the reason. For instance, Missouri white oak tends to impart more spice notes.
Right.
Yeah. So it depends upon where the oak is sourced from. But most of the notes that you get out of American white oak barrel is going to be the vanillin, because vanillin is one of the main compounds.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, but I don't think it's completely unusual to pick out some citrus from certain barrels as well.
You definitely get some citrus out of barrels. Absolutely. Yeah. I love the look. It's no secret, right? I love the char. I love the oak. I love the vanilla.
Yeah, me too.
I love the caramel notes. I love that. All of that you get out of there. If the citrus that comes out of those barrels plays a nice dance around all those other notes, I'm fine with it. If for some reason it's a little too heavy or some of the other notes are a little lighter, I'm enjoying it, but not as much as I do the others.
Yeah, I like just a hint of the citrus.
Just a hint.
It's just like taking an orange peel over your drink and doing a little squeeze over it, dropping it in, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Now, I've definitely done that as well.
Just express the orange oil over it, and you're good to go.
Yep. And light it on fire.
I've even taken it a step further every once in a while. I'll take my torch for my smoked cocktails and just give it just a light over that ore, just to bring those oils out to the surface.
That's it.
By the way, I've seen people squeeze them and then in front of a lighter and just light
the orange oil that comes out.
Yeah. Which I think, I don't know if that does anything other than burn the oils, because
that is exactly what you're doing.
It's more of a show. Yeah, that's it.
It's like smoked cocktails, to be honest with you. I do them at home from time to time, but it's a dog and pony show.
It is.
Yeah, it is. So, but then when I went back to the beer, and I was hoping it would change the beer after I drank the whiskey as well.
Mm-hmm.
The marshmallow notes are gone. There's more fudge to it.
Okay, all right.
There's more of a fudge note to it. It's not as sweet as it was.
Okay. So if you're describing fudge, I would think it didn't take away those marshmallow notes; it just put them in a different place.
Incorporated them, but it took away.
Because fudge will have that marshmallow note to it. Yeah, that's interesting. You said that. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I had this. I thought that was interesting the way you said that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and also the granola note pops out quite a bit more in the beer.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah,
the granola. It's like
I can actually see that. I can actually see that accentuating the granola.
It's like maple granola fudge is kind of what I'm drinking.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Yeah. By the way, Brian did comment back again. He said he will bring some to a game that we come to. Awesome bottles,
awesome.
Right?
He's talking about
Tavor bottles, and then he said, "I will make some Blunderbore when I make Monster Mash on Halloween weekend." That cheers,
mark it on your calendar.
Triple cheers to that. So 100%.
Oh,
so there you go. That'll be a late in the season, but that's good. That beer's good for late in the season, right? A big
Oh yeah, warm you up.
Absolutely.
Warm you up when it's sleeting outside.
Exactly. Just as long as the Giants are still playing well. And by the way, I meant to tell you this.
What do you mean still playing well? They've got to start to play well.
No. They got to start off well, and they got to keep playing well.
That's what I'm saying.
Right now, in my mind, they're playing well, right? Because they didn't start yet. So they're playing well. Still playing well.
They're playing. Stay positive, John. John, I've been a Rams fan my entire life. I'm used to 4-12 seasons.
Not to get into it, because we're going to be talking.
Hold on. Not for nothing. Neither team has lost a game yet.
That's true.
That's right. Yeah, you got to stay positive.
Not to get into a big sports conversation, especially football, because there's going to be plenty of that talk on the Get On With It sports podcast as soon as this one's over. But I got to tell you, I've actually seen there's been a lot of prognostication going on over the last week or so, right? All the pundits giving their, this is who's going to win this, this is who's going to win this, blah, 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 the divisional pick. We're doing ours tonight, right? We'll do that as well. However, I did notice that there was probably at least 3 times, and I didn't watch a ton, right? Thrice, maybe even more, maybe 4 or 5. Fourth. 4 or 5
Boy,
times.
you guys are funny when I'm drinking bourbon.
There you go.
Drink more, we get funnier.
No, that people and it was actually shocking. Like, 'cause everybody and their mother, obviously, if they're picking divisional winners, obviously it's a given at this point. Yeah, the 49ers are going to win the West, and NFC West. Blah, blah. There was at least 3, if not 4 or 5 people that picked the Rams. Everybody's high.
Really?
Everybody's high on the Rams this
Wow.
year. Higher on the Rams. I can't say high. More people are higher on the Rams than I thought would be. Let's put it that way.
I'll take the winning seasons when I can get them, but I was born a Rams fan. I'm going to die one.
There you go.
Maybe they were just high, John, not high on the Rams, just high.
Just high.
Possible.
A
lot of people are predicting Stafford to have a really good season this year. That's what they're saying. So
I go back as far as Roman Gabriel with the Rams. That's how long I've been a Rams fan.
That's a long time.
I hear you.
Long time.
I think in the Deacon Jones,
the fearsome foursome.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
So
when Deacon Jones was had a guest spot on
Brady
the Odd Couple. Well, he was on the
Odd Couple. Yeah, he was also on the Brady Bunch. But
when he was doing the shaving commercial with Oscar, this man here behind the craving sheen.
So Deacon Jones actually coined the term the sack.
Yes, he did.
And every time they talk about sack leaders, I think, who would really be the sack leader if they counted every sack from Deacon Jones' career?
Really got to go back. I mean, to do it right, go all the way back
because
to
they didn't count it. They didn't start until he was near the end of his career, right?
They started 1982 was the first year they counted sacks.
Oh, so his career was long over. Yeah,
Lawrence Taylor's first year in the NFL, they did not count sacks. They started counting sacks his second year in '82. Yeah, Lawrence Taylor was.
I'm just curious where Deacon would really be in that if they counted him way back then.
They really should do that.
That man was brutal.
You know. I mean, you can't take anything away from, like, because let's say all of a sudden he becomes a sack leader, right? Can't take it away from whoever is the sack leader now, but you can give him, an asterisk.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is, folks like Deacon Jones and folks that came along before the stat was counted. These folks need to be given credit, especially the man Deacon Jones that coined the term.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, John. Is Reggie still the sack leader? Was that broken?
The sack leader?
Yeah.
I know who's the single season sack record holder?
That's what I'm talking about. I thought that was Reggie had it at one point. Did he not?
No, the single season. Whatchamacallit, just did he break it? I don't know.
Because I think it was broken. But when Reggie broke the record.
Well,
if you remember. Brett kind of gave himself up.
Well, you're talking about Michael Strahan.
Oh, Strahan. You're right. Strahan.
Yeah.
Does Strahan still have it?
That's right.
Strahan broke. Strahan broke.
It's not. That's what it was. Because I was trying to think. Because TJ Watt was actually close to it a couple of years ago, but he didn't get there. 22 and a half.
Strahan broke Reggie's record. He broke it by 1, and that last one was basically Favre running up to him and hugging him so that he could register a sack. If you watch that game, Favre gave him, they're good friends. The game was meaningless. Favre gave him the record.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. TJ Watt actually tied him. So Strahan still holds the record. TJ Watt tied it.
Oh, nice. Okay. Interesting.
22.5 But here you go. Al Baker holds the unofficial record at 23 sacks in 1978. And Deacon Jones had 22 sacks in 64 and in 68.
Okay.
There you go. So if you count Deacon Jones and Al Baker, Deacon Jones has 2 of the 5 top 5 sack seasons.
Wow.
Very cool.
There you go. And he beat Strahan when he broke it. He broke Mark Gastineau's record.
I just noticed looking through my glass that Tulsa backwards says a slut.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Tulsa backwards is a slut. Yes.
This is really good bourbon. It makes you see things you wouldn't normally see.
Tom's reading backwards, and pretty soon he'll start speaking in tongues.
We're getting close to that.
I'm going to start speaking backwards. That's what I want him to start doing. You know.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm not drunk or slurring. I'm speaking in tongues. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Sorry,
Only
officer.
Jesus can understand me.
I'm just possessed.
That's funny. A slut.
You know what's interesting? When I was younger, this is before
You were younger?
Yeah, I was younger at some point. The more I drank, the faster I could do the alphabet backwards.
Oh, really?
So randomly during a party night, one of my friends goes, "Dave, alphabet backwards," and if I tore it out, they're like, "Oh, he's fucked up."
Mm-hmm.
I just went right through it as if I was doing it forward.
I could not say.
You cannot what?
I could not say the alphabet backwards, stone cold sober.
I can say the alphabet backwards. Ready? I'll do it right now.
Alphabet backwards.
The alphabet backwards. There you go.
No, because when I was sober, if I tried the alphabet backwards sober, I would think too much.
Right?
Yeah.
But when I was drunk, I didn't think. I just naturally, ZYXWVUT, SRQ, PO. So I'm not drunk yet because I'm not just tearing through it.
Take a big swig of that bourbon.
I drank too much last night. We're taking it a little easy tonight, so that's why I went only to 2 fingers tonight. Because I usually fill that glass close to probably to about here.
You give a nice, at least as much as I did. Yeah.
Yeah, good healthy pour there.
Mm-hmm.
But no. Tonight got to take it a little easy because seriously, the trip to Seattle and Vancouver did numbers on my liver.
Yeah. I was curious about that. How'd that go?
It was really, really cool. I think we only went to one distillery. Did we get 1 or 2? But a lot of breweries. I think what was I think I told you the total count, John. It was I know I didn't make it to 50. It was 42.
42, I think you said. Yeah.
Oh,
42.
my Lord, yeah.
But it's over 10 days.
How long were you gone?
10 days. So
10 days. Okay. Wow, you're averaging better than 4 a day. That's pretty good.
I wanted 5, but it's all right. And my liver's thanking me for that. I'll say one thing though: Seattle and Vancouver, the whole Pacific Northwest, California as well. They've got a serious homeless problem along that coast.
Yeah, they do.
And it's really just tied hand in hand with drugs. Vancouver there was like a 6-block stretch, which was nothing but like zombie people living on the sidewalks. It was really, really kind of depressing. But
I'm right in the middle of the Midwest here in Springfield, Missouri, and it's getting really bad here. I mean, the latest ranking had us at 18 in the worst cities in the country. And back when I moved here in about 92, we were in the top 10 of the best cities to be in. So, I mean, I don't know how that shift happened or why, but things are getting rough everywhere.
People read an article stating that it was a great place to live and all decided to live there homelessly.
Yeah.
That's probably what happened. But no, other than that, I mean, the area around Seattle is just gorgeous. You've got so many state parks there. You've got Olympic. You've got Mount.
Did you get farther north of Seattle? I've got a brother in Bellingham, which is why I asked that question.
We took the train through Bellingham. I didn't get as far. The furthest north along the coast we got was Mount Vernon.
Oh, Mount Vernon. Okay.
Just south of Bellingham, but we went through Mount Vernon because we went to North Cascades.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 91 degrees while we were there.
Wow, that is very hot for that region. Yeah. Hey, did you happen to get into Whidbey Island?
No, that was on the list to begin with, but they added a few other things to the trip. And I'll say one thing: if you go out there, everyone talks about the Hoh Rainforest and Olympic National Park, and it's a temperate rainforest. It is beautiful, but it's really just like you spend a couple hours walking through these easy paths.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing moss hanging from trees, and you can see that Rainier. You can see that in the Cascades. If you're in Seattle, you don't have to take the 4-hour drive out there and then 4 hours back. Just go to Mount Rainier, which is less than 2 hours away. Go to Northern Cascades, which is less than 2 hours away. See it there. Yes, it's beautiful. You just happen to be out there. Cool. See it. Right. Otherwise, and it's like an hour wait to get in because the parking lot's so small. So the good thing is,
you were saying that, yeah.
But the good thing is people go, they do the hike, they get in their car, they leave because that's all there is to do. The hikes really don't take that long. So if I were to do it again, I would have cut that part out. But
I just
the rest of the sport is
I just looked at this. You said what number did you say Springfield was?
18.
18. It's here. It's 14. It says.
Well, I guess it depends on what list you look at. Though.
Well, yeah.
The latest list I saw had us at 18. If we're 14, well, then we're even worse than I thought we were.
What do you think What do you think the worst city in America is?
Portland. Portland, Oregon is what I'd think.
Nope.
I would say Mar-a-Lago. Oh, that's not a city. Never mind.
No, seriously, it's not. I'll give you it. It's not too. It's actually not that far away from Tom. But
St. Louis.
But it's not in Missouri.
Oh.
Little Rock.
Nope.
Oh.
Not Kansas City, Kansas.
Nope. Go east.
East. Okay.
Going east. So Indianapolis?
That's northeast.
No,
Go east. Maybe even a little southeast of Tom. Actually, yes, a little southeast of Tom.
But you said near me.
Near relatively.
Not Memphis.
Memphis, yeah.
Really?
Memphis. Okay. Yeah, actually, I did see Memphis.
Yeah,
the list I saw, Memphis was the worst as well. Yeah.
Where's Portland, Oregon on that list?
Memphis is 1. St. Louis is 2. Detroit is 3. Birmingham, Alabama is 4. Little Rock, Arkansas is 5. New Orleans is 6. Cleveland is 7. Kansas City 8. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is 9.
That's what
Weird.
That's just you can't count the beach bums.
It's not homeless. This is dangerous.
Oh, dangerous.
Dangerous, yes.
Oh, okay.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is 9. Denver is 10. Minneapolis is 11. Milwaukee.
Wow. Minneapolis. Wow.
Yeah, Milwaukee is 12. I don't know. I've literally walked through downtown Minneapolis at 2 in the morning.
So wait a second. Right through the center of the country is where all the most dangerous cities are.
Mm-hmm. Salt Lake City 13, Springfield, Missouri 14, Portland, Oregon 15. That rounds out the top 15.
That's interesting.
I'll do this list is 25 too. No, it's homelessness is part of it, but it's overall. Chattanooga, Tennessee is 16. Philly is 17. Dayton, Ohio 18. Houston, Texas 19. San Francisco 20. That's got to be moving up. I mean, some things that have gone on in Frisco have been weird.
Yeah.
Seattle 21.
And I'll say before you move on, Philadelphia moves to the top of the list when the Eagles are playing a home game.
Right. Yeah. Seattle 21. San Antonio 22. Nashville 23. Vallejo, California, 24, and Winston-Salem, North Carolina, 25.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So Dave, you were right. You were right. You do get funnier the more bourbon I drink. Because you're pretty hilarious at this moment.
Oh, really? I crack you up. We'll see.
I always say nobody cracks me up quite like me.
This is true. Yeah, I definitely crack myself up the most. Doug Smith just wrote in. Was just in Memphis. Old Dominic's was dangerous. Sláinte.
Oh, I love the Old Dominic's, man. That's a great whiskey. I love the high rye. That high rye is just delicious.
I have to apologize to Doug. Doug told me to tell you that he got it, and I completely forgot. Sorry, Doug.
And then he said, "You guys chasing Malort?"
It's the second show in a row.
No. Because I like spirits that taste good.
Right, but here's the thing, though. On the thread, though, Dave. Before, did you see what I said? You said I hope it tastes better than Mallory.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't know. Last time I tasted Mallory, it was pretty good.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, that shit wasn't bad.
Your phone said that. Yes.
Was she from Tulsa?
And we're back.
We're back. We're bad.
Here's to Mallory from Tulsa.
Here's to Mallory from Tulsa. There you go. There you go.
I'm going to put the cork back in this thing, so I'm not.
Put the cork back in the bottle.
Damn it, I can't find the cork.
Oh no, you might need another pour, Dave. You didn't pour very heavy. You might need a little more.
Here's a cork.
I found it. It was hiding.
Yeah. I don't know if you could use this one though. It's that.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work in there.
So I'm getting close to my vacation, guys.
Yes, you're going to Ohio, huh?
I got about 2.5 weeks.
He's going to a beer spa.
It is. I am. And my wife picked it. Can you believe that? My wife, for our 30th anniversary, is taking me on a craft beer vacation.
You don't deserve her, Tom.
I do not.
And she doesn't deserve. And she doesn't deserve your shit.
Right, we got
that goes without saying.
We got a.
Well, yeah, I'm really looking for. I was talking to folks the other day, and I said, this is the first time I've ever taken a vacation where it's not because, well, yeah, I'm going somewhere I want to go, but it's not because of work, right? It's not because I'm really tired of the bullshit, the nonsense at work, the constant emails and texts I'm going to get the second I go. This is the first time I'm going on vacation and looking forward to it because I want to go where I'm going. And my work is great. I've got no work stress at all. And I've never had that before in my entire life.
Awesome.
Hey, Tom, I'm jealous of you. And here's 2 things for you.
2 birds flying. Thanks, Dave. I'll take that in.
we got a comment from Keepone on YouTube. He asks us a question. He says, "What's your favorite domestic corner store light beer?"
Oh, I don't have one.
If I'm pressed for one of the to pick a big boy light beer, the only one to me that has any kind of flavor to it, I'm not saying it's great flavor, but that has any kind of flavor and I find drinkable is Miller Lite.
Miller Lite's the only way to go. It's the only one I could. If somebody,
only one I can stomach.
If anybody said, "Hey, you have to drink a domestic corner store light beer," as Keepone put it.
Yeah, actually, I can't disagree with that. Even as far as macro non-lights go, Miller's not any more offensive than the others. I think it's better than Bud, and it's half the price.
Oh, hell yeah. It's better than Bud. It's better than Coors. It's better than Corona. Well, Corona's just basically water.
As would I, Brian. As would
I chose water. Yeah, I would too, Brian. I really would.
But I'm just saying, given the situation where you had to pick one for whatever reason, right?
Someone has a gun to your head. Drink this horse shit. Drink this horse piss.
It would be Miller Lite. Miller Lite would be the one.
I can't disagree with that.
We know damn well Brian would take the bullet to the head, though. Probably would. He probably would.
Doug Smith just commented in, "Brewdog is great, Tom. Been to many locations in England, Scotland, and Wales. You are going to love it." Sláinte.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I've never been to one. I've never been to any of those places you just mentioned. So, but I've had some friends stay there. And I can't find anybody that has anything negative to say about the place. So,
now, did you get the package where they activate the tap in your room?
Yes.
Yes, and the fridge in.
Okay, I want to stop you.
Okay,
Dave, I have to stop you because my wife is listening. But I'm just going to say yes to everything you're about to ask because I'm pretty sure I knew where you were going, but I don't want her to hear the question. Yes. I've told everybody that's the first thing I'm going to do. The second I walk in that room, I'm going to start shedding my clothes and go. I'm not going to, I might turn around real quick and kiss the wife. But the first thing I'm doing is taking my clothes off, running straight to that shower, popping a beer, and taking a shower beer. That's the first thing that's going to happen. Yes.
There you
go. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
By the way, we just got messaged in a group on Facebook. Jess just yelled. And I just got 3 texts. Grand Slam. Mets just hit a grand slam. So.
Oh, nice! Oh my God!
Break out the bread and mustard, Granny. It's a grand salami.
Oh man, that's awesome.
There you go. Now I don't know if they're down by 12 already or what that means, but
they're up 4-0. Sorry, Doug. The Mets are up 4-0. They're playing the Sox.
They're playing the Sox. Yeah, they're playing the Sox. Yeah.
Well, then, yeah. Well, that doesn't count then.
By the way, another comment from Brian. He said, I would still drink water.
Now, I don't know about you. I got an image of Brian Boak with a couple of bullets in his head, drinking water, and the water just coming out of it like
coming out. Yeah, exactly.
Can I have the water now, please?
Yeah. Can I have my water now, please?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, I gotta love it. Hold on,
It was Winker. Winker hit the grand slam.
Winker hit it. No, Jesse Winker, nice.
Yep. Ugh.
There we go. Cool. All right. So, how are we doing? What? Hold on, I got to put it up.
Who do you want to start with?
Doug Smith just said he made a hand gesture with one finger. And it wasn't this.
I thought it was a thumbs up.
He said the Mets are number one.
He said the Mets are number one.
Mets are number one.
Well, like my football choice, I'm a diehard Dodger fan as well. So, once again, I was born a Dodger fan. I will die one.
There you go.
Especially if there's a playoff game in Philadelphia. And
I think that's the difference between folks about our age, guys, is that we don't change teams.
Yeah.
Well, we don't, but I feel like younger folks don't follow teams; they follow players.
They follow players. Yeah, they follow players.
Well, here's the thing: the two points behind that. When I was a kid, when I was a real small kid, I originally rooted for the Dolphins. This is when Greasy was quarterback.
Oh yeah.
And that was only for like 3 months until the Steelers whooped their ass big time in like an AFC playoff. I became a Steelers fan for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And watched them win championship after championship. And that whole team almost retired at once. And then I got to pick a team that I could actually watch on TV. And that's when I became a Giants fan, just in time for Herb Edwards picking up that fumble and breaking the Giants fans' hearts. That was like by the way,
I was at that game.
Yeah, that was literally.
Were you really? Oh my goodness! Oh, that's awesome, Johnny. Oh,
literally the first Giants game I ever watched was that. But the other thing.
Did you see me on TV?
I did.
No, I didn't see any guy with a gray beard and a hat.
I didn't have a gray beard then. Had the hat.
That's why I didn't recognize you.
Had the hat, but no beard.
I was slightly younger in November 1978. So,
but here's the difference.
I was 13.
Here's why you don't see the younger kids root for. There's two reasons for it. Why the younger generations aren't rooting. They don't stick with teams. One of it's fantasy football.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it actually. Yeah.
Fantasy football is counter to being. I won't play the game because I don't want to root against my team or because I've got a wide receiver on the other team.
It is counterintuitive. Yes. I
don't like that. The second reason is the players don't stick around as much anymore. Free agency has destroyed that team kind of thing. You know, for those of us who still root for teams, we're basically rooting for laundry. Right, because the face of the team changes so often. It's that jersey. It's what the guy at the end of the game picks up and puts into those big machines to get clean for the next game.
It is.
You know, that's what we root for. But back in the day, like I said, when I rooted for the Steelers, that was a team. Mm-hmm. And when they all retired, my team was gone.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, so then I became a Giants fan, and that's the difference. That's why you're seeing, you know, us old guys still loyal to the teams that we root for when we're younger. Me a little older than you guys, because you guys stuck with the one team. I bounced for a little bit.
Yeah, we're not as fickle as you, Dave.
I am so fucking fickle. I've stuck with the Mets, the Rangers, and the Giants for how many damn years? I lost fickle a while ago.
And Tom is a Rams fan. And a Dodgers fan, which means he really liked the cities of Brooklyn and Cleveland really much.
Oh, you're fucking hilarious.
No, I mean the Rams.
I want to point out that I was born in 1965, and both teams were in Los Angeles at that moment in time.
Oh, does that mean you're a Kings fan too in hockey?
Yeah, when I watch hockey, I am a Kings fan,
and a Lakers,
and the Lakers as well. I go back to Wilt Chamberlain.
Mm-hmm.
Were you
Jerry
one of his
West.
1,000? Wait a second, were you one of his 1,000?
I'm one of what?
Was he? Were you one of his 1,000?
Well, I can't kiss and tell at this point.
You want to keep that a secret. Keep that between.
There's a lawsuit in progress.
Keep that between the sheets. Keep that between the sheets.
There was this one night.
Don't ask, don't tell, Dave.
Okay. Anyway, all right. So wrapping up our cocktails tonight. How was your bourbon? How was your bourbon and beer pairing, Dave?
I rather enjoyed it. Like I said, I think the bourbon really toned down the over sweetness of the beer, which I expected it to.
Mm-hmm.
And by doing the and that beer, the way it impacted the bourbon, it brought out some nice notes of the bourbon. So it's really cool.
There you go. Very nice. Hold that thought 1 second, Tom. Brian said he had a beard. He had a beard in November 1970. I just said I didn't have a gray beard in 1970, November 70.
Hell, I didn't even have a beard until 19. No, actually, that's not true. I didn't have a beard until 2015.
There you go.
I think Brian had a full beard at 5.
I think he did. And Doug Smith just said the Lakers are number 1, and the Celtics are lucky. That's what he said.
Lakers are number 1. I got you. So here's the thing: my son, growing up in a different era, Seamus was a Celtics fan.
I was a Celtics fan.
You were, not anymore.
I don't watch professional basketball anymore. You
watch amateur basketball?
I watch college basketball. Which is amateur basketball. So yes, I do.
Yes, there you go.
It's funny because if I look distracted, there is an apartment building probably about 6 blocks south of us, and there's this one apartment window, and the light just keeps flashing and flashing and flashing. So I don't know if they're hosting a rave there. I don't know.
It's somebody's opening and closing the refrigerator door, Dave. That's what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but this is
they're trying to mesmerize you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, kill who now? Do I have to go? Okay, I'll be back. I have a job to do.
They have a really big fan, and it keeps, off on. Right.
There's some. I don't know if they're signaling us for help.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
Semaphore. Just get out your semaphore guide and see what they're saying.
Well, semaphores with flags. You mean Morse code?
Get it. Well, yeah, I guess you could do something. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, get out
Morse
your.
Code. It's going A. Maybe
Fonzie's over there.
Very possible.
Very possible. All right, Tom, how was your pairing?
Well, obviously I enjoyed it. I'm feeling pretty good about it at this moment in time. No, I really like this bourbon though. This Rocktown I bought back in January of this year. I've got a little bit left. It's just it's incredible. But I got to tell you,
I've had that bourbon before. I've had that Rocktown bourbon before. I've had it.
Have you really? Okay. And the older I get, the more I enjoy cask bourbon. Right? I want that full strength. I want to taste it as it was meant to be. I really enjoy it. And the way it is paired with this particular version, I don't know how good it would have worked with the regular Manifamilias with the 5-barrel or 4-barrel, but with this single barrel, the single bourbon barrel. Oh man, this was absolutely delicious. Perfect pairing. They bounce off each other deliciously. And I like it, man. I'm feeling pretty good about myself at this particular moment in time. And tomorrow will be a little different.
Different story. As far as mine go, let's say what's not to like barley wine. I love barley wines. Bourbon barrel aged barley wine. I love bourbon barrel aged barley wine. Aged with maple syrup. You know me and maple. I'm a huge fan of that. And my smoked maple from Knob Creek. I love maple. I love smoke. I love bourbon. This was a pretty good pairing.
Nice.
Nothing really cancels each other out. Like
everything you did sounds perfect, John.
And it kind of was right in there. I liked it. So
it's a beautiful thing.
So on the next show, are we gonna we should continue with bourbon? We should do another incarnation of it or something, because it is still going to be on the next show, National Bourbon
Heritage Month.
Yeah.
Well, I think we do bourbon cocktails.
Maybe bourbon cocktail.
We haven't done bourbon cocktails to death.
What about the beer though?
That's where we got to talk about. Now, there's a few thoughts that I have behind that. Let me think about it. Let me put a plan together there for there. But for that, because usually when we've done cocktails, there's times where we've had like an ingredient add into it. We're like, okay, we're gonna do bourbon. We do that. It's kind of like between the three of us, like what we want to do, like, or we did like our takes on Manhattans or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But how about we do a bourbon cocktail and we limit it to just 3 ingredients, the bourbon and 2 others, which
Okay, I'm okay with that.
But not a Manhattan.
But that still doesn't answer the question about the beer pairing.
But I want to get that part down first. So we'll do that. And then we've got the beer pairing will be up to the drinker to pair it to one of the ingredients that they use in their cocktail.
Oh, damn. I like that. That's brilliant, David. I like that.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
3-ingredient bourbon cocktail, 1 ingredient tied to the beer. That's genius.
Love it.
I like that a lot. That's
remember of the 3 ingredients, one's bourbon.
Right.
Oh yeah. Well, that kind of went without saying, but yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna make a bourbon cocktail with no bourbon.
Peanut butter, yeah.
With ice, bitters, and maple syrup.
The bourbon is there in spirit.
There you go. I'll wave the bottle over.
See what I did there? See what I did? No, David. Seriously, I love that idea. That's brilliant.
Let's have some fun with that.
Very nice. All right.
Wheels are turning. Wheels are turning.
Oh, it really is. You have no idea. Yeah.
Just had to save that because one of them will be the opening. Anyway, all right. On that note, folks, stick around for 1 second. On that note, we'll wrap the show up for today. We want to thank everybody for watching. And for those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our website. All of the End of Chaser info will be contained on the Log Room website. That's www.logroom.com. That's LAGERROOM.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on Facebook at End of Chaser, of course. And of course, all the shows are on YouTube as well on the Log Room channel. Remember, we go live with the video podcast on Facebook and YouTube every other Wednesday evening around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on our audio host, Spreaker, as well as iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Odyssey, Audible, Google Podcast, Amazon Music Podcast, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, CastBox, Deezer, Podchaser, Listen Notes. Pretty much anywhere you can find an audio podcast, you will find the End of Chaser.
Wait a second. Did you just do the alphabet backwards? I think you just did the alphabet backwards.
I think you did.
Zuri, Zeb.
There was an X in there.
Now I can't say. Anyway, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to One or More this week, and you'll never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. Keep enjoying Bourbon Heritage Month, and we will talk to you in a couple weeks, folks. Take care. Cheers.
Cheers. You should have said drink a lot of bourbon, but drink responsibly.
Drink a lot of bourbon, but drink responsibly.
This month.
Responsible. Anyways.
It's the patriotic thing to do.
Cheers.